Greetings everybody, boys and girls. This is James here speaking, and this is the document of a religion's update here on the today is been on Monday, since where the recently is been have 2 days after, where the LD learned the disability of the Thai autism group associated to the Mae Sot. Before the days, and the family to have the badges take them up to the drive to go through for the Mae Sot. It had LD, this learned disability, has a word to be have the children to students, and the learned disability this were about covales, because this convalescence to be this were, and it have the as went to shell and first under. As a way to be this well made, well known as for the document this, as well as resumed the Thai autism group associated with an often participant has built it to are confessing with the mass of the crew that have to set don't under others at the time as a subjects to be those objects that it's something the case with the children, the students here. Those were required to speak that has helped us solutions to the learner's disabilities. But it's went after was where others always under that haven't been to as others been optioned. There's a Mae Sot. The Montauk is and Mae Sot there, and crew at this for the period that, and just have this 2 days period, and it just went that goes it went on there. It is something as cases with children with cases that learn up were to technically this other subject is a problem here, and the children have the children's students that have the right owners with right minds to the object, and as together this be it is a where I've exposed the children's just give them the self to be as a war otherwise just have this religion as well. And it's likely that the children that had to have having those games that teaching the words of that, and the some the case as somebody else the case is there. The document is right is under for that previous predicted back in the 2018, and this is something is that they have the status with the Thai autism group associated as an autistic Thai operation to this located from manager side, and the site to be the committee lead for managers is spent. What else can I say? Oh yes, I really just I was goes this though with the LD just a learning disability about this. Everything says everybody involved into the children says several of it have the many students as a learning disability just right on to for episode bent as a build up for this art, and imagine it there. It's as jealous to be, and this is where the directly his own way, and as far as a provide its beats as have the tile to some group associated community that's capable of this learned disability to have it's as one as if it does there have to just think about it. It's have the children just thinking there, and imagine it to be this as a spirit be this it's it is to this inspire and then always as a hallway that indoors and outdoors. So pretty much it's have to see. It's the children's lots for fun times playing it. As it's been, it's colder, this weather that right side, and it's even much as more in detail that Thai autism group associate Mae Sot and Mudak. It is as a imagine it to be, it is imagine it as well, where I just said they as opposed to drawing actual pictures relative to the live action as a real life. In real life, have families as a children as a different kind for last 2 days ago. It is a scene. It's a scenery that as all the entering to be, it is one thing for entering to be lives at LD to learn disability. It's as suspect that it has aspirations for that. As a controversial unofficial to the people. Thai people the official to the Thai autism group associate and learn disabilities as associate as way to impress them. Microphones speak up to it and circulating the meetings. It has the knowledge for the document this day period that, and I know there's only part time with 2 days period where they have to supposed to go the first time to hotel that resort. It explains some sort of that surrounds us Thai people in the outside of North America just into the mess of it about this, and then they have to reveal to the printed that the Thai autism group associate Modak and Mae Sot. And when the people they heard about that, and it's at this village repeats respect, and always as near the hallways that were far that's directly viewed into that's I just have where assessing to the Thai people. Everybody just had with shorter than just our appearances of always at notes. As it goes drawing to the going into it and playing games are going into it, the children's the students here. And I noticed that the childhoods and smaller than the taller as teenagers about that. And I giving is about the reality. That's the first thing is like have to gonna do as confessed as well confessing to it about the Marvel Studio community creation. As I give it themselves to the give him themselves to play names as actually to play the characters as superheroes or supervillains. As I'm the Spider-Man, and there's a bunch of uncles that was the Spider-Ham's uncle Iron Man. There's a young girl that call it Penny Parker, as I call her, is a Penny Parker. That's right, Penny Parker, from Spider-Man to Spider-Verse. Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. That's what I call it. The movie was there. And the children are given themselves to play names such as Robin's, Batman's, Lizard Man, Sandman, Rhino, Venom's, Carnage, Starfire, Daredevil, Punisher, Thor, Ant-Man, Web's Yellow Jacket, Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl, Supergirl, Superman, X-Men, Wolverine, Fantastic Four, Aquaman, what else gonna say this? I don't think I've remembered Magic before. I just gave him the use the 3D classet into a crew for the reality. The relative renaissance to the people renaissance. They come to the in and out the reality. Just like giving it themselves with Marvel Studios where that has put them a lot to that superheroes and super villain are just those in the real life, but instead of live action, not a real life. That's the LD, the learned disability, within 2 days period. On the Saturday Sunday period, our rush to rush off to sending us a finished documented into his meeting center. Moms went on to the meeting centers and probably have the Saturday Sunday just only. That's the state, the Mae Sot. And then it's up to tomorrow. So we have this lady just being to have to go to the several of the many children to have students, and everything says that everybody is looking so the very good to, so much as pretty good, so the great, and as everything is looks so much is great, and afterward they got released. Thai Autism Group Associate, they got released this today. It's something case has a statement to the document, and I just gotta start into Montag have the 600% units document. It go up to 4,760% of documented units. Relating it to course to be the statement that has documented of the Thai Autism Group Associated, Mae Sot and Montag, and it only has a first and given this afterward to this today. The statement is that document here. Montag have 600% of the units, and it increasingly go up size that 4,760% of documented unit. And Mae Sot also got 1,820% unit. It increasingly up to 8,760% unit of units document. That's as quiet as all alone. Here we are the course. Afterwards is the school day, and the school day will start from Monday to Friday. And as I have to gotta be this is the aftermath to this today, and where I'm supposed to explain, and as in addition with the Mae Sot, as adults speak the technically it says learning disabilities as mental health is process it. Also of course the Montag says the Mae Sot as called officials to be the official continue with us showing. At just live of Bangkok. Either than they have the Thai Autism Group Associated establishes sometimes into this year as a period. hours ago I was just standing because I was quite alone for my artist that I got joined before. This is where I've supposed, and this is have. I always just have to, pretty much just have to say this. It's really fun, and it's doing fine at the Mae Sot. So, in this case, Montauk and Mae Sot will continue that autistic Thai operation located and titles a Thai Autism Group Associated Meeting Center is hopefully this will be up to establishing this bunch of the associated groups that's here, and then they have this coming back to more as a lit, and this yeah, that's about it. There's nothing much as special as to do that the Thai people that as talk about this as wide-ranged strange but special person. That's his course. So yeah, this is the aftermath of the document of religions this Monday, and afterward those after this as the longest day to the school day. Into the school day to every Monday Friday. After of course, nothing else going outdoors and nothing going somebody else. Anyway, that's just about it, and as hopefully just come back to the more of the document that's so far. It is only to the future, but tomorrow this is not today, and that's all pretty much to say. I would like to say thank you, your views, your impressive, your interest, your comments, and greatly is about view appreciated with Thai Autism Group Associate Mae Sot and Montauk to us. That's all pretty much to say, and I'll see you next to the videos and the next update. Until then, I'll see you next later.